I had a belief. I would say probably where that belief left off was didn't understand a foundation of why I believed what I believed. As I approached those core teenage years, the world's appetite became mine. Whatever was on the agenda, I did it. If it felt great, I did it. If it tasted good, I drank it. Through the rest of my teens and 20s, that became my standard of living. Whatever desire I had, I did.
I was raised in church. I was in youth group and went to church camps, my whole life, and it was always a big part of who I was. I worked at a school district with his mom, and I did not want to be in a relationship, didn't want to meet anybody, and she secretly had us meet. We went to dinner, she and I, and she brought him along. So we met, and that was the beginning of everything.
In my 20s, my mother, she had a 6-year battle fighting cancer, and she went in for a procedure, and that didn't go well, and some complications led to really an unsuspecting death when I was 25.
She passed away 10 years ago. It was just really hard for him. His mom was like one of his best friends.
That experience, it really hardened me, hardened my heart, and my defenses to the world went up significantly. It didn't quite seem fair. It didn't seem reasonable.
I thought that might be a really good point to try to reintroduce the Lord to him. He kind of, went the opposite way. It was one of my criteria, and he didn't have that, but something just, the Lord was telling me, keep trying. So I had this silent prayer for 10 years. I've just prayed and prayed and prayed that he would open up his eyes and open up his heart to him. It's something I never really touched on because I felt like it had to happen organically, especially with his personality. It had to happen by itself or it almost shut him off even more.
She was there. She really never left my side. And she was just a solid figure in my life at that time. In our early 30s, we married. In 2016, I had an opportunity to come out to West Texas. The agreement that I'd set up was to work for a few weeks at a time out here and return back to them in California for a week or so and repeat that cycle. When I was here working, I had met the Parham family, and they invited me on the weekends I would stay over in Midland to join them at Stonegate on Sundays. And just during that time, a transformation had started slowly. I really couldn't pinpoint it. I just knew that something was happening. There was just a burn. There was something that moved me. Just kind of felt that hardness in me, just be eased.
The first time he told me he went to church out here, I about had a heart attack. My jaw dropped, and I was so happy. I never in a million years, I never thought it would really, truly happen. Every week it got kind of like he was excited to tell me more and more and more and more.
June of this summer, we arrived in Midland as a family. It didn't take much for my wife and I to decide that Stonegate was where we were gonna call our home church. And in July, we started Next Steps together. It really helped me align some interpersonal miscommunications I had about the gospel. It just really gave me a new platform and a new foundation to grow on.
At the end of Next Steps, Josh had asked us for our testimonies, and when I gave mine, I told Josh he didn't come out here for oil or a job. He came out here to find the Lord, and I believe that with my whole heart. And I looked over at Carlos, and he was crying.
I didn't come out here for just a career. That really was about coming to find Jesus.
It's just a beautiful thing to see something, that you've prayed for such a long time.
She stuck with it for 10 plus years. That was her silent prayer.
Don't stop praying. In 10 years, even though I was praying for it, and I know God works miracles, I never thought it would happen. And it's a true testament to God answers prayers in his own time. So just don't stop praying.
As we've been attending Stonegate and we've attended the Element services, it's just been incredible to see lives transformed. And it just made me realize that my life's been transformed. You know, Jesus completely transforms lives, and I'm living proof of that.